This is Common Sense. I'm William Ferguson. And Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., he once said, there will come a time that we judge a man by his character, not by the color of his skin. You know, Chuck Schumer, he should read that or hear it because his prejudice against President Trump is ridiculous. President Trump wants to put in a white federal judge to replace two black federal judges. Why is that prejudice? If we are looking at the man by his character and not the color of his skin, how is that prejudice? If the white judge has the credentials and the experience, he's qualified for the job, how is that prejudice? If a man has the ability to fulfill the position that he's put in, then we must look at that man as one who has the experience and the ability to fulfill that job. Not because he's white, not because he's black. But Schumer, he wants to throw a fit because he's white. If the man can do the job and do it well, then he's a good nomination for the position. But Chuck Schumer's not going to vote for this guy because he's white, which is basically prejudice against his own, the Caucasian, the white, and prejudice against a president that is doing well for the country. And so if we want to assign conservative judges that follow the Constitution, then the president is doing a good job, and there is no prejudice there. And if the judge being nominated fills the position and fulfills the duty according to the Constitution, then the entire thing has come out for the good. Now, the problem is there is still slavery in 2018. Trust me, there is. The Democrats, the only policy that they have is to lie. Okay? They are hollow-minded and they are hollow-hearted. They have nothing. They give to those who live in the inner cities to keep them impoverished, just enough to keep them alive, but not enough to get them out, which is what welfare was designed for in the first place. It's not a handout, it's a hand up. When you fall on hard times, welfare will keep you going until you can get another job. It's not, we will pay for everything and you can just live your life on the couch eating garbage. No. These people have lost their freedom. They don't go out, get educated in whatever. Votech, mechanics, carpentry, concrete, whatever. There are so many jobs right now. The market is rich because of Donald Trump. He has been putting into place bills and the things that he's promised so that the United States is becoming prosperous. And so there are plenty of jobs out there. But the Democrats don't want you to have that job. They want to keep you in enslavement, in poverty, so that you can look and say, hey, the liberal Democrats will give us everything we want. They will keep us alive. And because you're a woman and you can pop out babies, hey, the more babies, the more money you get. Hey, how about that? How about not? How about put a time limit on how long you can be on welfare if you are an able-bodied person? And you women, don't go making excuses. You can do stuff. You can. In fact, there are some women that say that they can do everything a man can when they can't. But there are jobs available out there. And if you say you can't find a job, well then you can. You're lying. You can find a job. Educate yourself. Put in a little time, a little effort. Educate yourself. Find something you like to do and do it. Now, something else that is wrong since the Civil Liberties Act, or the time of Martin Luther King Jr., the black people seem to have this idea that the blacks, because there was slavery, that they are entitled to everything and anything. And that, to me, in my opinion, theory, is why there is so much black violence. They feel they are entitled to anything and everything they want. And so if they're in their neighborhood and they see somebody with something they want and they won't give it to them, they pull a gun. And if they still don't get what they want, well then you're going to have to die, because the want of the one with the gun far outweighs your life. It doesn't matter to them because they are entitled. And they are entitled to welfare. That's what keeps them down. They feel they are entitled to that. They're not. The only thing that man is entitled to is to love his fellow man. That is all. Nothing more. So, see, the Democrats are also letting in, or they want to let in, every illegal immigrant they can. Why? Well, so that these immigrants can work for less than minimum wage, because nobody's going to go to the government and say, hey, he's not paying me enough. Well, the government will say, well, you're not supposed to be here. So, again, Democrat slavery. That's what they're doing. Allow them in. Pay them nothing. Enslave them. Tell them, we will give you. We will give you. You can have a place to live. Health care. Education. You're not supposed to be here, but we'll give it to you. Because we're liberal Democrats. We'll take every dime we can from everybody in the United States just to let you live here. Ooh, how's that? No. And another thing, these sanctuary cities and states are absolutely stupid. Okay? The city of Oakland, California, the mayor decided to warn everybody that there was going to be an ICE raid. And there were like 800 illegals that just took off. They're gone. Can't find them. And so now the city of Oakland, you may not realize this, people in California, but you are paying to have illegal immigrants in your city and in your state. You are paying for that. You are paying for their education, their food, their housing, everything. And they're not even supposed to be here. So, how's that working out? From what I've seen, some cities in California have turned into toilets. Literally, toilets. People are defecating and urinating all over the place. There are hypodermic needles everywhere. Is that really how you want to live? You're going to follow the Democrats right into the toilet to where they're enslaving those who are in the inner city, beating them down so that they can't get out just to have their vote? That's all they want is their vote, because they want the power. They want to be able to tax every single human being in America just to keep them on the edge of living and freedom. They don't want you to have things. They don't. They want to take away your guns, all right? They take away your guns, then what? Then you don't have the ability to protect yourself or your house. And anybody and everybody can just, here, I'm going to come in because I want that, and I'm going to take it. Whether it be the police, the sheriff, the state troopers, military, whoever, they can just walk in and take what they want after the Democrats get done shredding the Constitution. That's what they want. You can see it in the way that they talk, the way that they accuse of prejudice. They don't care about the people. They don't. When was the last time you heard of a Democrat actually going to their constituents, the people in their districts, and saying, what is it you feel that we need to better this community, to uphold the law, to help one another out? What is it we need? I don't know. I've never heard that, ever. I've heard the Republicans say it, but I've never heard the Democrats say it. And if you ask me, if there was a poll or a survey taken of the people in California, and they were asked, do you agree with having illegal immigrants come into this state, city, and you pay for it? Are you with that? Are you good with that? I doubt that you would get a majority to say yes. In fact, I think a majority would say no. And these, I don't care if they're Republican or Democrat, they are not the ultimate decision makers. This country's laws were based on the people, for the people, by the people. All right? Not the government. The people run the government. The government doesn't run the people. And you're letting the government just walk right in and do whatever they want. And they are enslaving those who are in the inner city, the illegal immigrants, and basically the society in general, depending on where you live. It's worse in some places than it is in others. California is probably the worst. Sorry, but that's the way it is. Well, that's all I got. I thank you for watching. Please pray for the leadership of this country, that they will stand firm in their morals and their integrity, that they will stay close to God and follow God's instruction to lead this country to prosperity, safety, and security. And please pray for those who have lost loved ones. I thank you for watching. I'm William Ferguson for Common Sense.